everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday and we are doing a book review, and not just any book review, but a Danielle Steele book review. Oh God, you know what? I used to be such a snob about Danielle Steele because I read her back. She was like one of the first authors that I read religiously back in the late 70s, early 80s, every single book, every time one came out, which was a lot. And then I kind of felt like I grew up, right? And I was reading other authors and deeper storylines, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was just my Danielle Steele phase back in the day." Okay, well, recently I have been picking up her books and I love them. I love them, okay? I'm going to say it. I love them. And I read a lot of books. And I'm like, no wonder I loved her so much. Ugh. Okay, we're talking about this one right here, Turning Point. Okay, you'll see it up here, see it on the screen. Came out in January, and it's been on the New York Times bestseller list for 4 weeks, ever since it came out. Okay, so if that doesn't tell you something right there, everybody is still buying her books. Okay, like she. Let me give you some fun facts about Danielle. Okay, 800 million books sold. Okay, 165 books. For 165 books, she has sold 800 million copies. That is an incredible number. And you know what else I read? Is that she's the best-selling author alive. Fourth of all time. She is the same age as she is 1 month older than my mom. She was born in 1947. And she does not need to still write books, but she's still writing 4 books a year. 4. I mean, I talk to my authors all the time that are writing 1, 2, and tell me how incredibly hard it is. She is known to sit down at a typewriter and not get up for 20 hours. She is mind-blowing, okay? Still writes on a typewriter. Mind-blowing, okay? But let's talk about this book, right? Came out January 8th. 4 weeks on the New York Times bestseller. It's about 4 doctors in San Francisco who get sent to Paris to learn how to deal with trauma. Okay, like on a global scale trauma. Like, what if something really bad happened, like 9/11, and what the new procedures are? Well, they go and spend a month with 4 doctors in Paris, right? And then those 4 doctors in Paris come back to San Francisco to spend a month. So these 8 doctors have gotten to know each other really well, really well. And you know what I love about her books more than anything is that she can introduce 8 doctors, and I cared about them. I knew who they were. They all had a voice, and she still had me. She had me wishing for things for them, and some of it happened, some of it didn't. But a lot of people are like, "Oh, Danielle Steele's so formulaic." Okay, as if Danielle Steele being formulaic is a bad thing, as if James Patterson being formulaic is a bad thing. When we pick up a Danielle Steele book, do we want it to be a Danielle Steele book? Yes, we do. We want it to be exactly what it is. And she does not disappoint us. Imagine picking up one of her books and it being so completely different, and you're like, I don't know. That would be the criticism. Then it would be like, oh, Danielle Steele has lost her voice. She's writing something we don't even know what it is. Danielle is not worried about us, okay? Because she has so many readers. She has so many fans. She's not sitting there by her typewriter going, I don't know, I just wonder, lots of criticisms. I wonder if this is too formulaic. She's not. She's not thinking that way. She's like, I'm going to write exactly what my fans want me to write. And then she does it. And nobody does it better, okay? In the first chapter, she introduces the 4 doctors from San Francisco. And right from that chapter, I cared about them. Like, I wanted to see what was going to happen to them. how is that possible? As I'm reading it, I'm like, this is so impossible. I already care about these four doctors in the first chapter. Ugh, whatever, Danielle. You know what? She's got another one coming out in March, and it is called, I think it's called Silent Night. Did I write it down? I think it's called Silent Night. Why would I not have written it down? I don't know. Yeah, I did. Silent Night. Um, okay, so she's, I watched an interview that she did on Good Morning America. She will write 5 books at a time. 4 of them get released every year, but she like shuffles them back and forth. Who can do that? That is incredible. What I used to love about her is that she had 7 children. She was an only child, and I'm going to put their pictures up on the screen. She has 7 children, one son who has died, and all we know is that it was from a mental disorder. But then she is so inspirational as a person, as an author, as a human being, right? Like, I don't know, just the way that she handled that. I just give her so much props, okay? She talks about it. She, still has 6 other children and that she's very close with, and she's still putting out books. I don't even know if she skipped a beat, you know? She just teaches us how to live. She's not like, "Oh, I'm going to retire." I've I have watched a lot of interviews and I've never heard that out of her mouth. I do not think she's going to retire. So, anyway, the ending's amazing, the beginning's amazing, and everything in between is totally amazing, right? And that book that's coming out, Silent Night, in March, this time I'm jumping on it, all right? I waited a month. I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to get it as ASAP, okay? As soon as I can get it, because I am now back on my Danielle Steele train. Okay. Now I don't want to miss a book by her because I read a lot of books and I'm like, these are still up there as the best books. She has not lost it at all. Okay. So anyway, guys, I'm going to put the link below. You can go to Amazon. You can get it now. I bet this is going to be on the New York Times bestseller for another 4 weeks at least. Her fans are going to keep buying her books, and I'm one of them. So, thank you, Danielle. Thank you for all of your books, and thank you for being who you are. Because I was re-inspired by you again and again. I have to say, over my life. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit like if you like it. If you read it, let me know. If you want to read it, let me know. But if you've already read it, I want to hear what you have to say. So thanks, everyone. Have a great Sunday.